The resignation of the head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and his deputy is, at this point, a necessary condition for Poland to save face on the international stage. The aftermath of the mistakes made by the Polish Foreign Ministry politicians discredits Poland as a country concerned with geopolitical stability in Europe. Sikorski and Bosacki turned a serious matter, the Russian drone provocation, against Poland with their statements, thus turning the position into a losing one. A wise policy on the part of Poland, after what happened on September the 9th, could have guaranteed at least a step back for Russian provocations. However, several pointless mistakes reared their head. It was not a drone but a malfunctioning Polish rocket that destroyed the house in Wyrytki. The Russians couldn't have counted on a better opportunity. Last week we heard baseless accusations of alleged violations of Polish airspace by our drones. There was no indication that these drones were of Russian origin. Russia is using the opportunity to present Poland as a disinformer and provocateur, which is clearly against Poland's national interests. One of Russia's actions is to portray Polish membership in NATO as being questionably justified, trying to use falsehoods and lies to persuade the others to accept its diagnosis of the Russian threat. And how does Bosacki's boss, Sikorski, react to this? At times, nervously. This entire discussion is disgraceful. It has only been a few days since the incident and you're already demanding hard evidence and deep analyses. And then he pretends that there is no issue, thus fueling Russian propaganda narratives. The opposition media have their own opinion on this matter. They are unnecessarily amplifying this story. The Polish foreign minister of all people should know that you don't fix a mistake with another mistake. How can something that is public information be kept quiet? My friends in many government offices and in the army say, to say this is a catastrophe is a gross understatement. The situation requires a response. If the head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs does not see this, he should face the same consequences as his subordinate. The ball is in Tusk's court, and for him, it is a politically tempting opportunity. He is getting rid of his competitors from inside his own party. Will he decide to do so? Radosław Sikorski is on very shaky ground. Tusk has in the past got rid of potential intra-party competition in similar ways. But let's move away from the internal conflict within the civic platform because this is about Poland's national security. An amateurish diplomatic approach or a single ill-considered decision could result in a conflict and an avalanche of events with no way out. Take a look. The Russians are analysing every sentence. This is Tusk, yesterday at 11 a.m. Polish time. We have not confirmed any cases of armed drones that could have caused major destruction. And this is 5 p.m. Polish time on the same day, at New York, at the United Nations Assembly. The Polish Prime Minister admitted that none of the drones contained explosives. To sum up, we have a government that engages in cheap marketing with an evacuation backpack. And here you need to play a sophisticated game with a cool head at the highest level. Why? Let's return to the UN Forum once again and take a close look at this figure. As we have already mentioned, Dmitry Polyansky is the Kremlin's man responsible for the attempted reset of Polish-Russian relations years ago. As Deputy Ambassador to Poland, he maintained regular contact with Sikorski's Ministry of Foreign Affairs at the time. He is not a diplomat. In this case, he is a puppet master. He has extensive knowledge about Radosław Sikorski and Donald Tusk. He was sent to remind them, we have this information, beware. In this context, Radosław Sikorski's threats that we will shoot down aircraft are a farce. Because this is not about political posturing. You can see this in the documentary series entitled Reset and read about it in the book Zgoda by Sławomir Sęckiewicz and Michał Rachon. This is part of a long-running geopolitical project by the Russian Federation. Everything the Russians have been doing for years is the same game. A game that involves rebuilding something roughly geopolitically equivalent to the USSR and dismantling the Polish state.